It makes sense to do this one first. We're gonna do Halo versus Bungie's other child, Destiny. What happened when they left Halo? They made Destiny.
Everybody remembers Destiny, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
um,
have big time memories of this game.
it
Resident
was I
FPS expert Spencer. Just so we know, we want to acknowledge him. Alex, what were you gonna say?
pro. My memories of Destiny are more that time period after they left Halo, like 2012, 13, somewhere around there, whenever they were really hyping up Destiny, because I remember it was big news. Like, they were pushing the PS4 version of Destiny hard. I remember being like, "Oh man, Bungie's pushing a PlayStation title this time." Whoa, and I'm being like, "Oh man, this is going to change the industry," and it didn't. But it was just kind of
I
it
disagree
was.
with that. I disagree
Did
with
you?
that. I think it did
Okay,
change the
well,
industry.
okay,
For the
well,
worse?
Spencer, yeah,
It changed
Spencer,
it. It's it
Spencer, lay
changed.
it on us. Lay some Destiny knowledge.
Let me hit you with some knowledge, dog.
Drop some
So
knowledge,
keep
Spencer.
this. Uh no, I don't I when this game came out, it was a big Alex, it was a big deal. Destiny was or sorry, Bungie was considered Microsoft's
Golden
basically
child.
savior, golden child, whatever you want to call it, of just like everything you loved about Microsoft was because of Halo and therefore Bungie. Uh, well, it's what's going to happen if they leave Microsoft, which they did, and become their own thing. Like all the reins are broken. They're free to make whatever they want, whatever Bungie wants to make and thinks will be marketable. They have now a free like carte blanche to do it, and they chose to combine. And again, we hadn't played it or we didn't know exactly what it was going to be, but we were told RPG meets first person shooter, and I mean, as a fan of both, nothing could be more interesting. Um, I was captivated by it. I know my friends were, specifically my buddy Eric was obsessed with this game, and I think still might even play the second one. It still has a fan base. I think that's important to note, despite none of us are, I assume, are big fans of it, but it does actually have a continuous fan base, and they do constantly update it. What I think it introduced and normalized was, or helped to normalize, other games were doing it as well, but what I think its biggest impact was like the normalization of games as a service, and to have you invest in the brand, and because you're invested in the brand, they can continuously sell you the product. And I think Destiny was a huge piece of that, of trying to get people, once they got you, they can just continuously sell you skins, cosmetics, um, dyes for your gun. I have so many things to say about that, but and then expansions, and just constantly releasing. So the game that they release early is not the finished product; it's a product in progress. And I think Destiny helped normalize that, at least for consoles, in a major way.
Yeah, it seems like yeah, and after you're right in that sense because after Destiny launched, it seemed like every company was doing their own Destiny almost. I remember
Hmm.
the one that stands out to me that just failed tremendously, and then they did a second one that I think also failed was the Tom Clancy Division. Remember that? Where it was like I remember the lead up for that was like you're in like New York and it's like gonna fall apart or something, and it's always online. You're playing together, and then nobody played it or something, and then
Mm-hmm.
they did the second one, and I'm like, why did you do more of this? But yeah, it just seemed like everybody was like hopping on that same bandwagon. But yeah, I guess you're right. Destiny would have been the first one that was really pushing it hard.
I
Hmm.
had such a hatred towards Destiny, and I don't know that I still do, but I'm still very biased against it. I could never see myself playing this. At the time, it really, and I know it's the Halo guys, but it literally just felt like more multiplayer Halo, which shouldn't be a bad thing. That should be a good thing. But I think the issue I had was like it really felt uninspired and unnecessarily hyped. And when a thing is getting so hyped, because for the time, I remember my friends being obsessed with it too. Not all of them, a couple of them. And I was just like, this looks like the same game minus a campaign with co op. So I
Mm.
I really didn't I didn't appreciate Destiny, and I don't know if I ever could. But I'm jaded, so I think you know where my vote's
Yeah,
going.
my buddy David, he was super into Halo. And then whenever Destiny came out, he sort of hopped over to that. And then I remember like he tried to get me into it, and I just couldn't get into it. And then I remember one time he even bought me a copy of the first Destiny. He was like,
Oh
"Dude,
my
play it with me."
god, jeez.
Yeah. He was like, "Play it with me," and I was like, "All right." And I tried, I like genuinely tried, but it just wasn't. It was too like grindy for me to be like a fun shooter
Mhm.
game. It was just like I felt like I was wasting my damn time playing that game.
It's it's for specific types of gamers, which is unfortunate because Halo is really for everybody. I don't think there's a person that really doesn't like, the original Halos. Like anybody that plays that is just having a good time. This game, and a lot of games like it, I feel are meant to prey on people that are like addicted to work, for lack of a better word. Just people that want to see a checkbox filled in, people that want to see a number go up, and that's like I, I f- I- I respect it. It's just not what I am as a gamer, and I find it unfortunate that that's what Bungie decided is what they wanted to do with their their pedigree.
Yeah, so much lost potential, man. Because going back and playing the all through the Master Chief Collection -4, the other 5 games on that collection that are all Bungie made, they're fantastic, and they still play great. So
Mhm.
it's like, damn, man, it's kind of sad to see them go to this. And they've done 2 of the Destiny games, I guess a bunch of expansions, but I guess that counts as like other games in games or something. But still, it seems like it's lost potential to me. Yeah, I'm not really into this one.
So let's go ahead and vote. The Halo series
Well,
versus the Destiny series. You want to say something? Go ahead.
I think there's more to say though,
Okay.
Say
because
it. Preach,
because
brother.
one interesting thing about Destiny and Bungie in particular is through this process they ended up merging in certain ways with companies like Blizzard, because they partnered with
Oh
Activision.
my god, dude. Dude, well, hold on, wait. Yeah. Did they become a part of Blizzard?
I don't know officially, but
I know
they're
Activision
but they're
published the
on the
game.
they're on the launcher with Blizzard. Like with if you download BattleNet, they're on it, or they were. Destiny was on it. So it's you can't help but think that they had some crossover, and you can see it in the design of some of Destiny's multiplayer, where they do dungeons and they do boss fights that you have to like be considerate of where you're standing, and your position is important, and I do give them credit for that. Um, of really trying to make the Halo the Halo fight more strategic and more team oriented, because you have to have communication when you do it, and it's really interesting the way they did that. There's a lot of good ideas in Destiny, and I think it's worth noting that they're there. It's just hidden under like a series of cosmetic updates and incremental updates. I remember my friends. Oh boy, one of them. I was asking like what they do on Destiny because he said he plays for like 3 hours a night, and I was like, well, "How do you play Destiny for 3 hours a night? Just the multiplayer?" And he goes, "Honestly, for about an hour, they're just changing the colors of their cosmetics." And it's like this is like an adult male Barbie game, and it's
Oh,
kind
put
of
that in the winner.
disgusting.
Shit.
It's kind of disgusting that it got to that point, and in that way, this game is kind of a disgrace. So,
So
all right, that's all I'll say.
I had to look it up because you got me curious. They ended their partnership with Activision in 2019.
Okay,
They went independent, and then they got bought out by Sony in 2022.
okay,
So Bungie is now owned by Sony. And they have 2 games in development that are supposed to come out this year and next year.
Sony's
For
got him
all
in a
consoles
dungeon.
still.
Free Bungie.
And it still says coming out for like Windows, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. But that's just interesting that like now they've because like if they would have stayed with Activision and got sucked up with them, they would have just ended up back with Microsoft.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what had me curious. I'm like, wait a second, are they still there? I was
That would be so funny.
Like, did they get soaked back into Microsoft somehow? And then I was just like looking. I was like, okay, never mind. Sony owns them now, which means that they're gonna make Last of Us. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into. My vote obviously goes for Halo. I'm not a Destiny guy.
Same. Halo.
Consider Destiny's Destiny.
Destiny Child.
No. Destiny loses.
Aw.
Now, if Destiny did have a child, what would it be?
I don't know. I don't like this question.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.